Alright guys, welcome back to another Front Office Football 9 video here. We are assessing our championship Bills roster here, making some changes, freshening things up a little bit. Yeah, we're just about to hit free agency. We got 33 mil in cap space. The last couple seasons we've been way over the cap, so what a refreshing change here. We'll definitely look to see where we can add some pieces, but I'm not exactly sure. Our defense is looking pretty set right now. Offensively, we could maybe go and add like potentially a tight end and then trade Kincaid. Be an interesting move when we could realistically just pay him. We can't look at the free agents quite yet. We're still in the team phase of that. But I do wonder, dare I check? There's some interest from Philadelphia. And third round swap and get a fifth. Yeah, he's in an expiring deal. He's just an above average player. I don't think it's really worth going through all that. Rather keep the chemistry on deck. But yeah, we could definitely assess. We could definitely get after somebody here. I mean, we have a decent amount of money. And it's worth spending a little bit and seeing what we can get. But we also want to keep in mind too that we have contracts ending this year, as always. So 2026. Yeah, none of these guys are really worth. Well, I guess like, I don't know who we're gonna spend big on necessarily, but we could re-up some of like this high quality depth. Like what's Hamlin gonna ask for? A couple mil. Might be worth doing that just to have somebody on deck that's been in the system. Somebody that has good character traits. It's a couple mil a year. Something that we could probably easily move on from. Yeah, just to give us a little depth. I don't think that's the worst thing. It's probably the same thing with David Edwards. Really good character traits. Couple mil a season. It's really important to have depth in football. And then Greg Butin. Where are we at with our D ends here? So we do have Brenton Paula already here. What would Butin cost us? A couple mil. That would probably be, that might be overkill a little bit. Because right now Marcus would not be sufficient depth, so we get Hamlin back to be basically a near Caden Severns to step right in. And then David Edwards on the line. We do not have any backup guards right now, so that would be much needed. He'd probably be one of our best backup linemen right now. He would step in at center. He would maybe even step in at right guard. So, well, yeah, he would definitely step in at either guard spot. So, Bernard, we already talked about. Greg Buton, we're good on. Yeah, I think that's pretty good there. So now we have about 28 mil to 28 mil to work with, but in reality about 19 mil with draft picks as well. So something we'll have to consider. All right, well let's hit free agency and see who's available here. Dak Prescott's available. Okay. Interesting, certainly. We won't be pursuing that, but that's fine. I'm not sure I'm even gonna go super crazy in this free agency period. Dawson, oh, look at Dawson Knox, a good old friend there. Could bring Dawson Knox back. But we're not really heavily reliant on the tight end. So I don't think that'd be like the smartest move, but we could bring in like a really cheap option here, like Kokeeft. Kokeeft. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, just bring somebody in to back up Kincaid. A little bit better than what we have in place. Right now, a couple rookie deals here. This one for Nordby ending in 2027. Could just like cut and move on from that and get somebody a little better, but I mean, it's maybe not even worth it. Yeah, I don't even think it'd be worth it. I think we're mostly all good here. Maybe a receiver. Maybe a receiver. With Noah Brown, Barkus, Shorter. It's like an okay group behind Daniel, but with Josh continuing to decline, we may want to just pump in a nice running mate to go with him. Torrance is up in 27. Maybe want to extend some of our good players here. Because like Torrance is basically our best offensive lineman, so I think it's probably smart. He's 26. Let's get him an offer to stay around until he's 30 years old here. I think that makes sense. You know, just before we go crazy with all this. Taylor Rapp, he is now closing in on his 30s. I'm not sure that he's somebody we'll be bringing back. Dorian Williams, he's 24 years old. It cost a few mil to get him back. We should look at future cap space and use for next season. I guess that's kind of how you could do it, but let's see here. Back to our contracts page. 20. I'm just looking at all of our green players essentially here. Got most of these guys. Epinesa. He's 27. He just led the team in sacks with 11.5 last year. As a starter, But we also have Brent and Paula coming up, so I'm not sure that's something that we'll really want to commit to at this time. Most of these other guys, like, all right, so Dorian Williams and Taylor Rapp are the other ones. Dorian Williams is pretty young, right? 24 years old. And we can get him at like 5 mil on the cap. I think that's probably a good thing to do. Let's do that. He's been hurt quite a bit. He plays reckless in real life, but I think he's you know, obviously well liked, good leader, loyal. Gave us a nice discount there. So I guess we could just check and see what let's see what the free agent market is looking like. Maybe for a receiver here. Oh, a lot of dudes in play. Some older guys that are a bit cheaper. Some others that are a bit younger. Christian Watson here, who looks he's looking pretty good. He wants a 4-year deal. Not sure I want to commit that kind of money over that period of time. There's a Deebo Samuel here. An AJ Brown. Who's what? 28. Wants a 3-year deal. 15 mil is a lot of money. I'm thinking maybe something, maybe more in the Jameson Williams range. He'd be a 4-year sign though. I'm just hesitant to commit that type of money right now. Josh Palmer. Quez Watkins here. Be a 3-year deal. 2-year deal for Beckham, who's 33 and still 61 overall. My goodness. It might not be a terrible contract because it's probably something that we could just sell off next year. He's smart, good personality, not a very good leader, not very loyal. He had 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns last year. So he'd be 15 mil on the cap, and we have how much left here? We only have 9 mil left. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Yeah, I think we just stand at where we're at and let's draft our rookies. I don't think this is necessary. I think it'd be overkill. Just did all that looking for nothing, but I think it's the right move. And we could, we'll fill out the roster with some backup guys eventually as well. We do need a kicker. How much is our kicker asking for? A few mil a year. We'll see. I'll check the kickers real quick, but kickers. We can go and get Justin Tucker for that much. Emilio Lecomte. Raheem DeJohn. These guys are late free agents, huh? Okay. Chris Lara for 1 mil. I think it's better than our guy for 3 mil. Considering our guy missed so many kicks. This guy looks pretty good. What did he do last year? Hit a 52 yarder, 37 to 41, missed one PAT. That's solid. Wants a 3-year deal. Yeah, I'll give that a go. Let's see. He goes somewhere else. Come on, make your decision. There we go. Signed by Buff. All right. Let's just end free agency here. 5th-year extension for Kincaid. 11 mil. Oh, I don't know. Good hands, just the ball, defeats jammers. Decent blocker. It's a fan favorite. Character's a red flag. On-field disruption, huh? I think I'm closer to trading Kincaid than anything else. I think I'm gonna trade him. Can we even trade him? Oh yeah, we can. He's like available for like a 5th-round pick or something. I don't like red flags for characters. Character red flags. That's not great. And that's what we have here. So I guess when you have these low character scores across the board, aside from like your popularity, fan favorite, yeah, I think let's make this trade. I didn't even realize we had this red flag, this ability to see red flags here. So let's check out Kincaid's market here. Cleveland wants him. We send a 3rd rounder and we get a 4th and a 5th in return. How did the market sour up like that? Arizona. I'd rather do this. A little 5th-round pick swap and we get a 6th in addition to it. Okay. How about the Giants? 7th swap and we get a 5th. So this is essentially we get a 5th-round pick instead, and the other one we get a 6th-round pick. So I like the Giants offer the best right now. 5th rounder. Let's see what we get from Philly. A 5th rounder in 2028. Let's see what we get from the Chargers. A 5th rounder in 2027. And Seattle. 6th rounder. All right, so I like the Air, or what was it? The Giants offer the best. Yeah, pick swap in the 7th round this year. I guess, right? We move back 3 spots this year and then pick up a 5th rounder. Let's complete that trade. I don't want any character red flags in my locker room. Offensive captain for 3 years, Josh. Yeah. I'm just checking to see real quick. Mentor to the wide receivers, Noah Brown. Oh wow. See, you get good character guys in the room. You get stuff like that happening. Last thing we need is some red flags. Mentor to the guards is David Edwards. Glad we signed him back. Cam Robinson, mentor to the offensive tackles. Fantastic. See, I'm learning things about my players here in year 3. Great. So we scraped ourselves of whatever was happening there with Kincaid in a contract year for him. Trey McBride sitting out here as a free agent. But I kind of like just let's just see what Kokife has going on. He's got character red flags. Uh-oh. Mentor to the tight ends is Chris Mannertz. Intelligence, good personality. We can't make any offers at this time, so we'll be looking at tight ends in the draft probably. All right, draft prep day. All right, let's take a look at the tight ends while we're at it here. So there's a couple down here. I don't know if these are like, yeah, no really good tight ends in this draft right now. So we might just be. I mean, I don't know that we really need a tight end necessarily. So I'm okay just passing up on that, I think. Um, we'll probably, so like, we are drafting where exactly here? Probably 32, right? So 32. We might be picking down there anyway, where a tight end might be going. Will Fullerton here. He's as scouted, low leadership. Okay. He seems all right. Seems like a pretty good player. Biggest needs in the draft. Starting to get around that time where we're thinking like we want to make the most of Josh's final years, but this could be a year where we're thinking quarterback early. Just being realistic, this is like 54, you know, he's starting to drop. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna look like next year if we're gonna want to toss that contract off and save 50 mil. And I don't know. There's some weird things that could be happening. I don't, but he's also like, you know, captain of the team, idolized popularity. Um, it's gonna have effects on our locker room if we were to do that. So something to think about though. We got Buxo here. He's gonna turn into a solid backup. It looks like we could be thinking maybe another receiver to run with Daniel. I know Brown's like getting up there. He's a leader, so he'll probably stay on the roster for that reason. Barkus, I don't know if we're gonna end up re-signing him, shorters, whatever, you know. I don't know. There's some options there. And we could probably like cut bait on maybe a shorter or something. Uh there's probably still a need to draft some offensive linemen. I know we have some like projects down here. Maybe a guard because we have a couple older players in McGovern and Edwards, and then Pocic, our starting center. So like interior offensive line, probably a need. Our defensive line is young and fresh. Nothing really needed there, but whatever we see value, I suppose. We do need some like just like a backup linebacker here. Um, some corner depth, especially if we're able to hit on some corners and maybe you know, move on from a Taron Johnson next year or something like that. With these two are up in free agency next year, we don't know how if they're going to play themselves into a contract, if we're going to want to wiggle out there. And then potentially like a strong safety. Taylor Rapp sitting here with you know, he's 29 years old. He's due for a new deal next year. Could Hamlin step in? Could Severn step in? Possibly. But just having somebody you know, ready to ready to make some moves there too. So secondary, I think, would be, something to consider. So yeah, secondary, interior line, and maybe another receiver and tight end. Those would be our biggest needs, I would say. Okay. Let's stop it right there, and in our next video, we'll be hitting the draft up, and we'll see what sort of value we can find and continue to add to this young roster, and see what there's left to squeeze out of the toothpaste tube that is Josh Allen at this stage of his career. Still a good player, really good player, but a declining player since we started this simulation. So thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace.